Hi everyone. Today we will be discussing about permanent commission for women in Navy. Recently, Supreme Court ruled in favor of permanent commission for women officers in Navy. So, before getting into the detail, let us see what is permanent commission. When officers are recruited into the Army, Air Force or Navy, they are coming under two heads, like one is permanent commission, another one is short service commission. Under permanent commission, these people are recruited till they can serve till their retirement. That means now the retirement age is 60 years. So, up to the age of 60 they can serve in the respective force, and it is must that they should serve for 20 years. So, even if an officer want to retire before getting their retirement age, they can apply for that. So, whether it is permitted or not, it will be decided by the higher authority. They may get early retirement or not, that is depends on the decision by the higher authority. And also this officers under permanent commission will be having pension benefit also. So, in case of short service commission, they will have to serve the nation for about 10 years, and if they want extension, they can extend up to 4 more years also. So, in total they can serve in the respective force up to 14 years, whether it is in the Army, Air Force or Navy, and they will not be getting pension benefits. So, when we are comparing the permanent commission and short service commission, permanent commission can serve up to retirement, but short service commission is only for up to 14 years, and permanent commission will be having their retirement benefits like pension, whereas short service commission will not have their benefits like pension. Then let us see the history of this issue, like why Supreme Court issued such an order in favor of these women officers. Earlier, when they are recruited, it was equal for women as well as men that people who are recruited under short service commission will not be able to continue after 14 years. That is, they will not be able to switch into the permanent commission. But when Supreme Court judgment came in 2008, this has changed. Like after this, men was allowed to continue even after 14 years of service, but it was not available for women, not entirely. Some services they can serve, like law, education, etc. But whereas in other areas it is not possible for the women to continue even after 14 years of service. So, 6 writ petitions involving 17 officers, women officers, who had moved to Delhi High Court seeking permanent commission as they had completed 14 years of service as short service commission officers, but these petitions were not considered. Though High Court ruled in favor of some of them who were still in service on September 26, 2008, the Navy did not implement the order and instead appealed to the Supreme Court. So, on that appeal, now the result has come. So, in this result, Supreme Court judgment is in favor of this women officers. Then what is the judgment is all about? It is said that the denial of permanent commission to short service commission women in Navy who have served the nation is a grave justice. Actually, it is possible for the women officers in Army that they can continue even after 14 years of their services who are recruited by short service commission. Okay, so this is a specific judgment for the naval officers only, as they are unable to work after 14 years in short service commission. Then it is said that it directed the center to grant permanent commission to women officers who are currently serving the nation within 3 months with increments. And also, this court ruled that naval officers cannot be denied the right to equal opportunity and dignity entitled to under the Constitution on specific ground such as physiology, motherhood and physical attribute. Whenever they are asking for permanent commission, it is said that women usually have excuses like they will get married, they will be having pregnancy excuses, and their physical fitness is not fit for working in Navy more than 14 years, and it is also not possible to work in sea, means in a ship and outside the land area, that is um, in the ship and in the sea areas. So these excuses cannot be considered in providing permanent commission for the women officers. That is what the Supreme Court has said. So irrespective of these excuses, should allot permanent commission to women officers in Navy. That is what the judgment of Supreme Court. So these are the main right to equality and equality in opportunities are the main constitutional rights mentioned by the Supreme Court in this judgment. Okay, so these are the two rights mentioned in the judgment. Then what is the government stand? So when this case was brought in the court, government has stated its stand. Like, Centre has been opposing the move to grant permanent commission to women officers, saying that the sea sailing duties cannot be granted to women officers in the Navy, as these Russian vessels, that means we are now using most of the vessels used by our navies are Russian made, as these Russian made vessels does not have basic facilities women's, like washroom facilities, bathrooms, etc. So pointing out that excuse, they are saying that women cannot be worked in worked as permanent officers. Then also it is said that sea sailing duties were ill suited for women officers, as there is no return to the base, unlike in the army and air force. What they are saying that if it is in the army or air force, after some time of working they can return to the land, but in case of sea sailing duties it will be for months and months. So it is not possible to return to the land once it is started. So that is also another excuse that has been made by the government for not providing permanent commission to the women officers. And also it is one thing to be noted is that till now what is happening is, even though there are women officers in Navy, most of the works that is given to women officers are in land, not sea sailing duties are given for them, even it is for one day also. So usually they are given with land duties, means in the land areas only. Other sea sailing duties are mostly taken by the men only. So this is what government said in court, but court was not happy with this excuses, and court said it should not be considered, it should not come forward with this kind of small excuses, and should provide the basic facilities for the women by changing the infrastructure within the ship itself. Okay, so that is what God said. Then what will be the impact of this judgment? So women naval officers will now be eligible to apply in permanent commission. This includes various sections in the Navy, like executives, engineering wing, then electrical, education, law and logistics. So in this sections itself, some of the sections earlier itself they can switch into permanent commission, but in other sections it was not possible, but now in all sections they can switch into permanent commission. So that is one of the impact. Then another one is even though it is possible for permanent commission, this permanent commission will be subjected to some conditions like availability of the vacancies in the stabilized cadre, then suitability of the candidate, like whether they are competent or not, then recommendation by the Chief Naval Staff. So these are the conditions to be met, or criteria to be met by the officer to be recommended by the to become a permanent commissioned officer. Okay, then this is the this is all about permanent commission in Navy. That is, from now onwards there will be women permanent commissioned officers in Navy, more in number. So that's all about the topic. Thank you.